What is up, guys? Welcome to the Cube Crew's channel, and my name is KTCubes. This is the first episode of Cube Chat. In this video, I'm going to be discussing stickerless cubes. So the first thing I want to say about stickerless cubes is that they are illegal in WCA, or World Cube Association, competitions. And the reason why is because in an official competition, if you're solving the Rubik's Cube, or if you're solving any cube for that matter, and you are... Well, obviously, this is a solved cube. If you put the cube down like this, that is a solved cube. If you put the cube down like this, where the layers don't align completely, that's still a solved cube, because these colors are within 45 degrees of their correct side. So you can go all the way up until about there, because anything after that is 45 degrees or more, and so you need to be reviewed. And if they review it, they could actually say that it's incorrect, it's not solved. So they can give you a DNF, which is a did not finish. So basically anything up until about there, which is 44 degrees or less, and that's considered solved. This is considered solved, this is solved, all the way up until actually that, and then obviously on the other side. So that is a solved cube. And as you can see, you have the black base there, you have green, white, red, orange, and they don't interfere with the black base. The black base is, you know, it's anywhere on any angle, it's black. The base is black. However, and this is kind of hard to explain, so kind of bear with me here. We have the same colors right here, green, white, and red. As you can see, green, white, and red. And so we twist this. Now, if this base were black, it would be a solved cube. But the reason why stickerless cubes are illegal in World Cube Association competitions is because of this, where there is no official base. That's really it. There's no base, and so you don't have a solid base color that is standard. As you can see, you have green and red, blue and blue, red and blue, blue and orange, and green and orange. And so it's kind of confusing. So if you look at it quickly, it can appear to be not solved, and so that's why it kind of throws off the judges. And so that's why stickerless cubes are illegal in World Cube Association competitions. So let me get that out of the way, because that's an important thing I wanted to mention about stickerless cubes. Probably the most important thing. So stickerless cubes, in my opinion, are really cool cubes because you don't have to worry about the black base. Easier. So it's pretty simple. Orange, and there's a black base, and although it really doesn't interfere that much, it's just cool to have a solid face without having any of the black lines or anything like that going through it. So that's I think stickerless cubes are really cool. And this is a 42mm Zanchi. I bought this, forgot on what website, but I bought this because I wanted to use this in a competition. But I thought it was kind of, I mean, not that I was going to use it in the competition, but I thought it was cool to have the collection. However, I didn't know that it was illegal in competitions. I wouldn't use a 42mm cube in a competition. However, I do have the 50mm Zanchi, stickerless. I don't have it on me right now, but that cube is actually much more fitting for your fingers, and so that actually could be a good cube to solve for one-handed. However, obviously, it's stickerless, which kind of brings up a question, or an idea, I should say. Some people, and myself included, have thought about doing this. We've thought about, hold on here, this came off, taking the cube apart. Now, this is a Zanchi, it's a Diane Zanchi, so you can take apart each individual piece. So you can take apart like this corner piece, and then within the corner piece you have 3 even smaller pieces. So you can really disassemble this cube to the bare minimum, and then you can dye all the pieces black, and then you can throw stickers on it. And that's if you really like the base, if you really like the body, because some people do believe, oh, I just dropped this piece, sorry. Alright, so some people think that, or they feel a difference between stickerless cubes and stickered cubes. There definitely is a difference, and I've heard several things before. I've heard that the plastic is different. I've heard that this is more of a PVC plastic, and this is a less sturdy plastic, and so that's something I've heard before. And then also regarding plastics and how stickerless cubes are made, I've heard that stickerless cubes are made by creating a cube that's blank and then dyeing it all orange, and then creating 5 other cubes, so you have 6 cubes total, and then you dye each cube a different color. So you'll have like this cube orange, the next cube yellow, the next cube blue, red, white, and green, and then you disassemble the cubes, and then you use one side of each of those cubes to create a stickerless cube. So then that way you have 6 stickerless cubes instead of creating this cube and then dyeing one side yellow, one side green, one side orange. It makes sense. I know I kind of made it a little bit confusing there, but it does make sense. And so that is how I think they're made. I've heard that from several different people. I kind of I agree with. I think it's a reasonable way to make them. So anyway, like I was saying about stickerless cubes, they are a different plastic. They're not. They're like a PVC plastic, which is it's like a plastic that people use to make fences. It's like a very sturdy plastic, and other cubes. This is a Moyu Huanying, by the way. This is a less sturdy plastic, and so people like the sturdier plastic, and they can feel a difference. Personally, I do notice a difference. It's not as noticeable, I guess, because it's a 42 millimeter instead of a 57 millimeter. But if you do have a 57 millimeter, I have a 57 millimeter Guhang stickerless, and I can definitely notice the difference between the Guhang stickerless and the Moyu Huanying, or any cube that's stickered for that matter. And so what people do is they disassemble the cube, dye the pieces black because they like the feel and the base and stuff like that, or the body, I should say, and then they sticker it. Now that is legal in competitions. However, I have seen a YouTube video, and somebody dyed their cube just the way I said they would. They would disassemble it, dye the pieces, and then sticker it. However, the dye wasn't all that great. I don't know if it's the fact that stickerless cubes, it's hard to dye this plastic, or if it's a matter of the fact that maybe he dyed it the wrong way or he did a bad job. Either way, it didn't come out as great as I thought it would, because I was actually thinking about, instead of buying another Guhang, I was thinking about taking my Guhang stickerless and disassembling it, dyeing the pieces, and then I would use that as my main cube. But now that I got the Huanying, I doubt I'll do that. But anyway, I've heard that before. What other things have I heard about stickerless cubes? Well, I think they're very good cubes. I like how I think they're cool. Really, the only thing you can use them is just to add to your collection, because obviously you can't use them in competitions. And so they're cool cubes. They look, I mean, like, physically they look very appealing because they don't have stickers. And so people are like, wow, look, this has no stickers. It must be like a magic cube or something. If you're people who aren't familiar with Rubik's cubes may think that this is like some sort of a magic trick or something. It's really not. It's cool. I like how obviously there is no black base to interfere with your color recognition. Although I have heard that the black base doesn't interfere with color recognition, which makes sense because it is a black base after all. However, if it were another color base, such as, I know Diane, specifically Diane, they make different colored body bases, like pink and light blue, orange. I've seen those on like Light Take and stuff like that. Those may interfere with your recognition a little bit more because you're really not used to having like pink bases. You're used to having a black base, and so to have a pink base with like something like a green stickers, it really throws off your color recognition because you're not familiar with those. Stickerless cubes, you don't have to worry about any different color body base at all because there is none. So that's cool. Obviously, it kind of sucks that you can't use them in competitions. Even if you were to dye this part right here black, you would have to do that to every single edge right there. Even if you were to do that, I'm not 100% sure that would be legal in competitions, just because you would have to do that to the entire cube, I would assume. I'm not really sure. I guess you could check the WCA for its official rules. But other than that, those are stickerless cubes, and not much to say about them, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Cube Chat, and I will see you later on my channel and on the Cube Crew's channel next week.